So, Jen, what are we talking about today?
Oh, so you want to talk about rain. You were telling me this whole story about rain, how you make it rain on the set, because guess what? It isn't actually raining from the sky.
It's not, and you're inside in a controlled environment.
Right, so it's a very different thing than we think of it, I think, from most of us.
So if you're watching a movie and there's like, let's say it's a diner scene, there's a good chance that diner scene is actually a set. And they've only built one wall with some windows and stuff outside, and there's, yes, on a stage you can have cars driving, you can build the other side of the set or put a backdrop up that's painted to look like a street. So let's say you're doing that. So let's say it's got to rain outside this window of this diner.
Okay.
Because I've done this. So
real life experience.
So you have these pans, these trays that can catch the rain, called drip trays.
Like a cookie sheet?
It's like it's a special cookie sheet. Yes. Okay. It's exactly what it is. And often, like on a window. So if you got a window and you see the rain dripping outside the window or just dripping down, you recycle the rain. So you've got basically like a little sump pump, like an aquarium pump, that you put in the water, and it just recycles it. So once you get it set up, turn on, it just runs all day. Oh. It just rains all day. There's no stopping the rain. Ain't no stopping me. Anyway, but to do that, you can get rain bars that are metal bars. You can take tubing, like PVC tubing or plastic tubing or that kind of tubing, and you can drill little holes in it, and you drill different size holes because not every raindrop's the same size. And sometimes you have 2 or 3 staggered, and you have them some right against the window, some a couple inches out from the window, some a foot out from the window.
All right, this is all sounding very complicated. Why don't you tell us about that video, that commercial you did with the, was it Coke or Pepsi? The one in Japan? Was it Japan?
Coke?
Yeah.
Oh, well, so Coke, we did this commercial for Coke. It was for movie theaters, and it was a $4 million budget, so let's start there. But we had 2 city blocks of a street that we created a facade all the way down, and we had these guys on...
they were rollerblading.
But we had these rain towers that were like on tops of buildings, and elsewhere you can also get cranes if there's a room on this particular place. There were a few places we had to put rain towers on top of buildings, but you can also get these big 80-foot long pipes that a crane goes up and over the city street hangs down, and you have a fire truck that pushes, or it's a water truck, that pushes the water up to that, and then it spews it out. So that sounds pretty complicated, but here's where it really gets complicated. There's different size nozzles for different size of raindrops. So you can have the small, medium, and large raindrops on the rain towers and on this.
Wow.
And depending on where the camera is and what you're seeing, you adjust the raindrop size or how hard it's supposed to be raining. If you have the wrong raindrops hitting the windshield of a car, it doesn't look real. So they got to be the right size. So there are all these types of rain you can do. It's not just get a water hose and spray it. It gets way more complicated than that. But that goes back to the 100% up in your game, knowing how to do things. How does it really work?
Right. So in that commercial, you had the guys were rollerblading like under buildings and under things, and with the rain coming down. Because I saw it, I remember.
Yeah, the rain came down, and so it was a week-long shoot, and I mean it rained all night long for a week in downtown LA, on those
on
2
that
city
set.
blocks. Yeah. But we had it to control it. You have to be able to turn it on and turn it off when you need to. And there's times where we didn't want it to be raining, but when it looked like it had rained, so it was a wet down. That's a whole different video, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
Wet downs. And when do you use a water truck versus using a hydrant? Because a water truck can increase the pressure to push more rain out in the water area. So the things you don't think about, but you see it all the time in TV and movies. These are the things that, if you start thinking about them in your videos, what can you do? What's in your industry? What can you do to up your game? What's the little tidbits of information, those little tweaks that not everybody's doing?
Right, because the chances are good that you don't need to create either a wet down or a rainstorm in your video. But if you do need to do such a thing, then you need to know how to do it.
Yeah, if you want to know more how to do things, join the group. What's the group?
bit.ly.com/SBV group.
Right.
Shoot Better Video.
Shoot Better Video. Or you can also go to shootbettervideo.com and you'll see some other stuff about me. But there you go. So rain. Yeah, rain. Water. Water is huge in TV and movies. How you control the water, how to get the water, what to do with the water, what type of water.
There you go.
So Waterworld, bad movie. Bad movie.
All right, we'll see you in the group.